Hi guys! So I thought I would do a video today because I had a parcel arrive. So in Australia we have a company here called Sanity, and they sell DVDs, movies, CDs, games, that kind of stuff. And our local Sanity store actually closed down recently, probably because of COVID. And unfortunately I didn't find out that they were closing down until they had already closed. So I luckily came across an email in my junk folder the other day that said that they were having a sale on Blu-ray DVDs for $10 each. So I then spent the next hour trawling through their 38 pages of Blu-rays to see if any of them took my fancy and buying them. So that resulted in 2 days later, because it was a really quick turnaround, 2 days later, a box turning up that contains 47 of the 50 DVDs that I bought. I got a notice this afternoon that one of the 3 others has since shipped, and there's 2 that are waiting to be shipped. Presumably on back order, I guess. I'm not sure. From a different store. So we're going to go through the box of 47 DVDs that's turned up today and see what I bought. It might give you a different insight into the kind of movies that I like. Now, some of them I bought not for me, but for my husband, Reese. So don't judge me completely based on those ones. Like, they're not terrible movies, but definitely not ones that I personally would have chosen to own. Let's begin, shall we? Throw the list aside. Alright, so starting with the ones that I got for Reese, because he went through the box this afternoon and pulled out the ones that were for him. I think there's more than just these 3, but I guess we'll find out as we go through. But first off is Peppermint. Now, he's already seen this, I think, twice or 3 times on Netflix and loved it every time. So when I came across it on the website, I was like, yep, that's got to be one of them. Secondly, 21 Bridges. He's also watched a couple of times now. The awesome Chadwick Boseman. I think this was one of his final films. Released after his death. Again, watched it on Netflix. And you can't go past a little bit of The Rock with Skyscraper. Not one of his best films, but we both kind of like it, so don't know what that says about us. Okay, so I went on a little bit of a Disney and Marvel trip, and I got both versions of Beauty and the Beast because I grew up with the original Disney version and found out when this version was released that Beauty and the Beast is Reese's favorite Disney movie. Who would have thought? So we both love both versions. And I got Monsters, Inc., Aladdin. I have not seen the new live action version. Don't know that I will, because as much as I love Will Smith, you can't go past Robin Williams as the genie. He's just can't be undone. Sorry. And Brave. Okay. Lady and the Tramp. Had this as a kid on VHS. Tarzan. I didn't have this. I think it came out in, I want to say 1996 or somewhere thereabouts. So I was already in primary school at that point. Same with Hercules. It was released when I was a little kid. Tangled, one of my favorite Disney movies. and Meet the Robinsons. This became the butt of a joke between me and my sister because of the T-Rex scene.
What's going on? Why aren't you seizing the boy? Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Oh, this was another one I got for Reese, but I haven't seen it. Always intended to see it, just never got around to it. We Were Soldiers. Also bought Hacksaw Ridge last week as well by itself because we both love the movie. And that's my Marvel stuff, which we'll get to in a second. Frozen, of course. The Rescuers, which my sister and I owned on VHS. I've never seen the sequel, but it was a 2-in-1 DVD, so I'll probably end up watching it now. Can't go past The Lion King, of course. Owned that on VHS. One of mine and Reese's favourite movies. Disney movies. Big Hero 6. Ba la 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 la. I think my battery's going to die in a second. See if we can get all the way through this. Animated Robin Hood. Love that movie. Grew up with it. Sword in the Stone. Grew up with that one too. And Little Mermaid is the last of the Disney ones that I got. Okay, we had a quick interruption because the battery went flat. Now back to the rest. So we've done all the Disney ones. These are all the ones that are not specific to a category. They're just movies that either I or we like. So we have Apollo 13. Avatar, because for some reason I've never owned Avatar. I don't know why. Twister, my favorite all-time movie. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, the best Indiana Jones movie. Ocean's 8. The Greatest Showman. Coyote Ugly, which incidentally we only watched on Netflix like 2 days ago. And Castaway, because again, for some reason we've never owned Castaway. And yet we watch it every time it comes on the TV. Alright, so that's those. And then we have Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Captain America 1 and 2. Thor 1 and 2. And Avengers 1 and 2. Guardians of the Galaxy 1. They didn't have number 2 on the list, or I would have got it as well. And then we have all the Spider-Mans. So, original Spider-Mans, Tobey Spider-Mans 1, 2, and 3. They only had Spider-Man 2, the Amazing Spider-Man, to Andrew's Spider-Man, number 2. They didn't have the first one, so I'm going to have to get that at a later point. And again, Tom's Spider-Man, Far From Home, and Homecoming. So obviously the third one only came out in December, but I will be getting it on DVD when it's out. So quite a few Marvel movies that I still have yet to get. Oh, and we already actually owned Endgame on Blu-ray because I bought it when it first came out. I need to work out what Marvel movies I'm missing out of my Blu-ray collection now and buy the missing ones. But that is the 47 movies. The one that has shipped today that is on its way is The Frighteners, which if you haven't ever seen it, do yourself a favor. It's Michael J. Fox in the early 90s. And it's kind of a horror movie, but kind of not. It's about a serial killer, and it's directed by Peter Jackson long before Lord of the Rings. And it's an awesome movie. And the other two that have not shipped yet are Last Christmas and Warm Bodies. So I have a hard drive of movies, and Warm Bodies has been on it for a long time. And it's just one of those movies that it's so weird that it makes you laugh. You can't help it. So when I saw it on the $10 list, I was like, yep, gotta get that one. And Last Christmas, I think I watched at the end of last year, and I actually really liked it. So bought it as well. It's a little depressing, but it's a good movie anyway. And it has good music in it. So yeah, I still have some movies that I need to get, but with all these ones that I've just bought, I'm struggling to fit them in the DVD cabinet as it is. But I'll just have to build another DVD cabinet, won't I? So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye.